Hello and welcome to this week's Curious Crow podcast from me, Chris Borden.
Myself, Martin Willingham.
Today on this week's show,
Just
it's a
surprised him
Christmas
with that, by the
special.
way. I surprised him with that.
I liked it. I liked it very much. I wasn't expecting
The
it.
funny thing is, I'm not wearing headphones, so I can't hear it, but I know it's really terrible.
It's fun. I love this.
And that's from a channel on YouTube called Chris Long. Must be the guy's name.
Must be.
Can I tell you the quick story behind that before we crack on?
Go on.
So, this was done for a legitimate musician, like an artist, in 2007. And then the session musicians did this in one take and decided to stick it at the end of the album, but the artist decided not to. But that is genuinely a thing.
I love it. I love that, mate. It's so much.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, because this is the Christmas special.
It is.
And on the list today, there is, where are all the Christmas events, gifts, and memories of Christmas past? How do you wake up on Christmas morning? Adding to the list
Drunk.
of stuff I'm not good at, ice skating. For Martin. Fallout 4, Chris says, meh.
Yeah.
PUBG on the Xbox One gets fixed.
Slightly.
Traditions leading up to Christmas and on the actual day itself. Best Christmas songs.
That isn't one of them.
What?
Well, no, it could. That song. It's either the best or worst Christmas song.
One of them.
Yeah.
Then we got obviously things like Fractured Butthole, Prey,
Still funny to say, isn't it?
Star Wars, One Punch Man, GTA, Still Waiting, plus a funny news story for you at the end. So yeah, it's the Christmas special.
Merry Christmas.
Isn't it nice that we started this, 4 or 5 months ago now?
August?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Was it August?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It was either at the end of August. Yeah, in fact, it was the end of
I've had a
August.
few
Oh,
cups of
God.
tea at your house since then.
I know, right? Isn't it great? But then, and then we've got to this point now. It's now, on the day of recording, we're a week away from being Boxing Day.
Yeah, week Boxing
Yeah.
Day. So we're recording this. We like with this full transparency.
I know,
like.
right?
We're recording this on a Tuesday. It goes out on the Thursday.
At least we are transparent.
It goes out on Christmas Eve.
Eve.
Hang on. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
The more you say it, try saying that 10 times faster when you're drunk.
Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve. I'm not
Which
drunk,
is what
so
I
can't
intend to
do it.
be at some point over Christmas.
Oh, most of it.
I'd
I'd like quite a lot of it to be. That's what Christmas is for, isn't it?
Maybe.
Someone said
suppose
something
so.
about Jesus. I'm just like, yeah, just get them down me.
Get him down.
It's the only day of the
Get
year.
some Jesus down you.
It's the only day of the year where it's acceptable to have champagne with your breakfast.
Oh, you need Jesus.
I don't. I go straight for the hard stuff. Sambuca. Straight away.
Sambuca.
I'm joking.
And then
I'd be flat by lunchtime.
He just kind of pours it all over his Kellogg's, and then he sets it alight.
Flaming cornflakes.
God, can you imagine? Oh, that would
You
hurt.
smell that? That's toasted cornflakes. Do you want to know anything about cornflakes?
Go on, hit me
now
up.
Completely hijacking the running order.
Hit me up.
Cornflakes were designed by John Kellogg as a way to stop people from masturbating. Look it up. It's 100% true.
And look how well that worked. It didn't
done the
work
job for
in
me.
the slightest. No, it hasn't. But yeah, no. So this is the Christmas special. So we're just going to be going through some stuff. No,
Just so you know as well, I
Sorry.
didn't really discuss this with you. This show is going to be so freeform.
oh yeah, isn't
We
it?
don't really mind. Or
Mate,
most of them aren't.
I was going to say which podcasts that we've ever done
Hasn't been
haven't been
mess.
freeform.
It's Christmas.
Well, it is Christmas, exactly. What was the phrase that I keep seeing all over Facebook? Fuck it is Christmas.
Yeah, fair
Like,
enough.
Blame everything on Christmas time,
Well,
which is great.
I'm quite happy because we're in Chris's dining room. This is your
Yeah.
dining room, right? And he's got his tree up. He's got the decorations.
Yeah,
My house has
mate.
got a pitiful little tree.
Well, do you know what? I this is one thing that isn't on the running order, but I always find, for me personally,
Yeah.
I love having a real tree. I
thought that
love
was
a real tree.
It doesn't look like a plastic one.
And,
that's for sure.
it's just because it smells good.
It
and
does
it looks
smell
good,
nice.
and it's very vibrant green, which is lovely.
What do you do with the tree when it's done? Do you take it for recycling?
Yeah, we take it for recycling, essentially. I mean, if we were to have an open fire, I think it'd probably cause a few problems. Because,
might do.
but pines explode, like the pine needles explode,
I know.
which is great. I bet you do. But it's great. I love it.
Found out the hard way.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
that's pretty
really
cool.
do. But let's get a shifty on.
All right, go on. We're 5 minutes in and we ain't done anything yet. So it's
Well,
probably
yeah,
just
exactly. So the next thing on the running order simply states, where are all the Christmas events? And when I say this, people are going to go, oh, what you want about? There's like loads of Christmas markets. There's this you can go to. They've got Christmas like ice skating. Especially this time of year, becomes quite popular, which we'll move on to in a bit.
We'll talk about that in a bit.
But I'm not talking about actual factual in real life Christmas events. I'm talking about game Christmas events.
So what we got then? We got Overwatch.
Overwatch. Side glance.
GTA Online, which will snow. If you go on GTA Online on Christmas Day, it snows.
If we can get it to work. But we'll talk about that later as well.
Yeah.
But no, because do you know what? I seem to remember very fondly, especially on the Xbox 360, there were actually a lot of games that would do like special Christmas events.
Right.
Whether it was online or not. And like you occasionally get a patch. I mean, there's a couple of patches now, as you said, for Overwatch and things like that. But otherwise, like no one's done any Christmas announcements or any sort of stuff that I've seen. I might be wrong.
Do you know when that actually started?
When?
Sonic
Why?
Adventure on the Dreamcast.
Did it actually?
I don't know if it actually started. I can't say that conclusively. But Sonic Adventure on the Dreamcast, when it was Christmas Day and you had it hooked up and it downloaded a bit of DLC, it would be snowing and it'd say that Merry Christmas in the game.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. We're talking, what, 2000s, 98, 99, 2000, something like that?
Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
That's the start of DLC was really on the Dreamcast.
Well, to be fair, I mean, everyone likes cheeky DLC.
When
they used to, when it was free. Now at the moment, I mean, I'm looking at I looked at Destiny and all the Destiny 2, and I've also obviously been playing Fallout 4, so I had a look at the DLCs and stuff for that.
Yeah,
and obviously they've not stopped, but they're quite slow. But then again, for most of Bethesda's work, mods arrive. There are probably more mods than there are stars in the sky or grains of sand.
Oh my goodness! There's a show on YouTube called MXR Mods.
Oh yeah,
it just goes through all these mods. And
I know
it's
exactly.
Really nicely done show, actually,
isn't it? I quite like his stuff. But this is the thing. I just looked at the prices and I almost had a heart attack.
Really?
Well, considering the fact that you can buy them individually, and that you're talking kind of maybe 20 quid, maybe a little bit more per DLC. Bearing in mind for Fallout 4 in particular, it's like there's like 7 of them,
right?
And then they give you the final option, which is the season pass, which obviously, if you're into your games, means any DLCs or any content that comes out for the games, you can download when you have this season pass for free.
When it comes out, you just download it.
Exactly, and it just does it automatically.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this, and it's 40 quid. I think either that or 35, something like that, which isn't too bad. But but I look at it and I go, oh my god! Like, if I wasn't going to wait for the season pass, I wanted them all when they came out individually.
Yeah.
I'd end up paying over 100 quid for DLC.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. And obviously, I get it, I understand, but I'm just sat there going, oh god! It's the poor people that do just go, here, have my money for your DLC as soon as it comes out without the season pass. It's like, oh.
I think those people who are going to want everything are going to get your season passes. But I don't know. I have a bit of a problem with pre-ordering games, and I guess the same must go for DLC then, because
we've had that. You've said that before, haven't you? That you don't. The idea of a pre-order game is a.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
And also, our mate Matt has a problem with the term pre-order.
He does. We discussed this at one point as well.
Because you order it. You don't pre-order it. You order it.
Yeah, mate.
And I agree. Yeah, I just don't see the point in... I get it, but I don't want to stump up all the cash.
No, because I think that's the biggest problem, isn't it?
Up front. Because you don't know what you're going to get or when you're going to get it. Because when the games come out, the studios, obviously, they're just like...
They're like, we've done it.
They're knackered, basically. Yeah. They've done crunch, and they're tired. That's what happens. When the game comes out and it finally releases, they've done crunch, the team are going to have probably a couple of weeks off, and they're going to get back on it.
Yeah.
But if the final product's good, which, Fallout 4 is a good game.
Yeah, it is.
So they're going to spend a lot of time on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good in terms of quality, whether you think the gameplay's
But we'll talk about that in a bit as well.
Yeah, a lot of time was spent on that game.
Oh, yeah, very much so, considering how long it took to come out. But in comparison to the others. But this is the thing, obviously, then going back to things like Destiny 2 and other games that I could mention. I'm not going to because obviously time. But for instance, Destiny 2, on the PSN store currently.
Yeah.
Or PS Plus, whichever one it is. I don't. I'm still.
I guess it's the store.
It's the store. Yeah, I'm still not with it with the lingo. To be fair,
down with the kids.
Not down with the kids, unfortunately. But yeah, basically, I had a look and I went, right, okay, there are 3 different ones I could buy. There's one that gives me the season pass and guarantees me all future DLC downloads.
Yeah,
which is fine. There's the middle one, which allows me to download the first 2 DLCs for an all-inclusive price of, I think it's just under £80.
Okay.
And then obviously you've got the box standard edition that doesn't come with any DLC unless you want to buy it outright when the time comes around that it's released.
Yeah.
For £50, which kind of makes sense. And it could be worse. I mean, but that's the thing. I'm just sat there going, oh, this hurts. The price of games hurts.
No, it does. You think about Fallout 4 as well, the base game. What, you could probably go on eBay or Amazon and get it for like £8. Like it's not held its value amazingly well. I mean, Kingwin, affiliate link in the description below. You could go there, and I'm sure it's probably cheap.
Probably.
I remember I got it cheap actually through that.
Did you?
Oddly enough, yeah, because I got it for the PC and the Xbox One. I think I may have got rid of it on the Xbox One because you got it for the PC. Why do you need it? I found the Fallout 4 experience was very cool. It was pushing the system a bit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because obviously you're not a massive fan of kind of RPG.
No.
Do your story your way kind of game.
No.
You've never been a massive fan of them.
I quite like my hand to be held a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I just do. I don't like it when there's too much to do. And not in a bad like. I like it when there's content.
Yeah.
But I kind of like to have my hand held through a proper story narrative, rather than Fallout 4, which is like, here's a load of stuff that you can do pretty much any time you want. Here you go, off you go. I can't get bored with that. But I like Fallout 4. What I've played of it.
Yeah.
Because it's really pretty.
It is very pretty.
Especially on the PC.
You should...
Chucks a bit, but especially
honestly,
on the PC.
You should then... again, what's his name? Who does all the mod comparisons? MXR. Some of the stuff that he's got for mod-wise on Fallout 4 is ridiculous. Yeah. But we'll get onto that a bit later. And we'll move now kind of back towards what we were actually talking about, which is Christmas. And... the one
the Christmas special.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And currently we've got, I mean, what was some of the gifts and memories that you've had from other Christmases that you've obviously partaken in because you're here?
Of my 26 Christmases, in fact, no, 25 Christmases I've had.
Ooh, this will be 26 this year.
This will be my 26th Christmas.
You're
put me in the home now. I remember very distinctly. I mean, I've spoken about it. It was actually featured in the episode of Wilbo's Cupboard. There are a couple of ones that stand out in terms of gaming.
Yeah,
we'll talk about other stuff as well if you want. But in terms of gaming, I remember getting, this is 1995 or 1996 or something, around that sort of time. My cousins were getting rid of their Master System, their Sega Master System. So it was a hand-me-down, and Shell and I, my sister, got it as a joint Christmas present that year.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Genuinely. I love it. And it's sentimentally of value to me because my dad and my parents both have done quite well.
Oh yeah.
They've done all right for themselves. They've got their home and it's a nice home and they've both worked hard and dad's now in a good position and mum's doing well and all that. But you got to remember as well, having kids is expensive.
Oh God.
And it wasn't always like that, My parents.
No, it wasn't always like that.
Yeah, they didn't have all the money in the world, you know. So it's nice to remember. Not only did we get a hand-me-down for Christmas that was split between us and all that, but what is the nice bit to remember is not necessarily that, but the bit that we were happy.
Yeah, mate.
They bust their balls to raise us, and they're happy now, and we were happy then with a system that by that point was nearly 10 years old, and was second hand from a cousins. Awesome system. I still have it purely because of that sentimental value. The other one I remember in terms of gaming was when I got the PlayStation 1. Can you imagine the leap from Sega Master System to PlayStation 1? I mean, dude, that was like a complete difference.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh God,
awesome.
yeah.
I remember getting the Game Boy as well. Getting the Game Boy was pretty cool. I got the Game Boy fairly late on in its life, and my parents obviously they didn't really get games, and they still don't.
No.
They bought me all 3 of the Pokemons, red, yellow, and blue. So I have red, yellow, and blue, and my original Game Boy, which I still play, still have. It lived in the toilet for a while.
Yeah.
I used to play Tetris on it. Speaking of which, we got Tetris for the 3DS.
Yeah, you did.
Frankie, oh my god, she just plays that all the time.
Serious.
But yeah, those are my Christmas memories. I mean, in terms of stuff that isn't like a Christmas gift,
Yeah.
something that I think was important. I know I'm just splurging out all my stuff here. We'll get to yours, and I'll patiently listen. I promise.
Good. You best.
So, I got this thing that was, I don't know how to best describe it. It was a karaoke system.
Okay.
And it was from Argos.
Amazing.
Because everyone's presents were all from Argos back in the day.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of sad to see him. I don't mean they're not in trouble, but they're on the tilt down, and it's not nice to see.
Yeah.
Because your Christmas list used to be catalogue numbers, right? That's how it worked. So, it was a karaoke system, and it had a big speaker at the bottom, and on the top it had a CD player, and in the middle it had had a pair of cassette players and a tuner. Okay, so quite a cool thing.
Oh yeah.
It was blue and silver, and obviously you could plug microphones into it.
Yeah.
So I would sit there, and my dad managed to jack up these 2 CD players, portable CD players, so I could do what radio DJs did, which was play from one song into the next. I could just mix over the tops and tails.
Okay.
And I have a microphone, and I'll do my own little radio shows to myself, which has obviously become a massive part of me and who I am. If you don't know about my background, my training, my specialist area was in radio presentation, radio technologies. I think without that, and also, that plus my uncle's interest in electronics, I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing now.
No.
And interested in what I'm interested in, and have the voice that I have. Because, I do voiceover and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd have developed all that stuff had it not been for that. So those are the ones that stand out for me.
Fair enough.
These were all things as a kid. I've had some wicked presents, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
Like the time we got iPads, right? Which is a huge deal. And it's still, I'm like, what? Because, I'm a good boy, but I'm not that good. You know what I mean? So they go, oh, you and your sister open this box. All right, fine. We open this box. We go, it's a printer. And we said, oh, don't get me wrong. We said, we're very grateful and everything. I live somewhere else. Oh, no, I didn't live somewhere else. I was like, I live here. How are we going to share this?
Yeah.
And they said, oh, I don't know. Could you just open it up and check it's all right? And then inside there's two iPads.
Standard,
Sneaky
mate.
sods. But amazing. And I got spoiled that year. Let's put it that way. Well and truly spoiled more than I'm worth.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I wouldn't buy you an iPad.
I can't buy you an
Exactly.
iPad anymore.
Well,
expensive, man.
Oh yeah, of course it did. This is like the rest of the technology. But to be fair, I think one of the 2 most memorable Christmas gifts I think I've ever had was my first TV. It was a Sharps TV.
A sharp one.
Yep, it was actually the same colour as the pine Christmas tree.
Oh yeah,
that was the colour. It was green. And
yeah.
I remember it was a big box thing. I loved it. I was like, I can now play games in my room, and it was very, very exciting. And then I think it was a couple of years later or a couple of years before that, I got something that initially I went, oh, okay, cool, because my mum and dad kind of obviously wrapped this thing, and I went, oh, that's a really odd shape for a present.
Yeah.
What is it? And my dad kept telling me it was a spade, so I could help out with the gardening.
Yeah.
Right, and I was like, oh, okay,
Where's the handle?
a spade. Oh no, the handle was there.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was a big thing.
It was
like
a pogo stick.
It turned out to be a pogo stick. Yeah,
amazing.
And I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Because we all had them back.
Oh
in the
yeah,
day.
100%. And I mean,
that and a scooter.
Oh yeah, had a scooter.
I had a Star Wars Darth Maul scooter.
I just had a bog standard nice one. One that I enjoyed very much. So, but what makes me laugh is thinking back on it as well, because obviously there's been a lot of trepidation about 2017 as a year, hasn't there?
Yeah.
And just talking about scooters just reminded me, one of my favourite phrases to ever come off of Facebook so far has been 2017 has been a real scooter to the ankle. And anyone who ever had a scooter has a scooter
mate,
will remember whenever you hit your ankle, one of those bastards, and you go, and it would hurt.
Especially if it's span around on you.
Oh God, yeah, that shit would hurt. But honestly, I remember, I do remember going back to the pogo stick, just being like, oh, okay, Mum and Dad got me a spade. I'm gonna have to use it. I'm gonna have to, make out like I love it.
Yeah.
And obviously, I wrapped it and went, bearing in mind I was like 10 at the time, I just remember looking at them going, this isn't a spade. And I got well happy. And then I'd literally, as soon as what we tend to do is we'll unwrap a few in the morning, then we'll go have lunch, and then we'll come back and unwrap the rest.
Yeah.
And so I remember we were sticking to that rule. The first thing I did was stick my shoes on, stick my clothes on, went straight downstairs, grabbed my poker stick and went out to try and use it, and I fell flat on my arse straight away. And I don't know why my 10-year-old adult brain ever thought that it would be anything different.
I had the same thing when my parents bought me and my sister stilts.
Oh, stilts.
She could use them, I bloody couldn't.
Do you remember those moon bounce shoes?
No, I never had those. But
I never had them. I never had them, but I remember them. I always remember.
I tell you, back in my day.
Back in my day. Well, this is the thing, because if it just makes me giggle every time I think about it, because I remember it was back in the day when I was still in infant school.
Yeah.
And this kid had obviously got them for Christmas, brought them back on the first day, and I remember them bouncing and flying face first into the sandpit. And they literally got stuck.
That's
because the sandpit was quite deep. They kind of got stuck upside down, and then obviously when they got pulled out, turns out they'd actually broken their nose because they bounced and then gone face first straight into what is pretty much the ground.
Oh, jeez.
Because while sand obviously it's softer than concrete.
It does get out of the way.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts. I can tell you that much. But that's something from gift wise.
Yeah.
What I remember from my younger days.
You were something funny when you mentioned TV. I was like, oh yeah, I remember. Here's the funny thing. I had a 12 or 13-inch Alba TV.
Oh really?
Alba, man, everything was out. Yeah, that's how you knew it came from Argos.
Oh yeah,
or Bush.
Oh yeah,
or Goodman's.
Especially the jewellery.
Oh yes, Elizabeth Duke. Can't talk too much about that. Yeah. So I got an Alba TV. You know what? Still got it.
Do you actually?
And it still works. My sister got one that's identical, and I still have both of them because I used to mobile DJ and karaoke.
Yeah.
So I used them for that.
Okay.
But I still had a pair. I have a pair of vintage. I'm going to call them vintage Alba CRTs.
That's quite funny, mate.
Beautiful.
That's quite funny.
Honestly, because you know what I'm like. That thing was like. It was like watching some horrendous porn. It was getting fucked in all its holes. Like, it had one SCART in the back, and I had like switchers and all sorts of shit going on.
Do you know what? Well, you know what they say. One man's rubbish is another Martin's stuff.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, mate. You know. But speaking of like Christmas memories and stuff, how do you start your Christmas mornings? Like, what do you do when you wake up?
So, are we talking child Martin, or
I'm talking things that you may have done as a child, but you still do even now.
My Christmas days these days have changed.
Oh, they really have. Yeah, I know that feeling.
For the last 2 years, this year included, I've worked it. I will be working on Christmas Day, so when you're enjoying your Christmas breakfast, think of me. I start at 6 in the morning, so it's not great.
Sorry, I was giving you some backing music.
I'm very precious about Christmas actually, which it's kind of painful. But I used to go downstairs.
Yes.
Unreasonably early.
Okay. What?
7 o'clock.
Oh, it's not unreasonable.
My parents used to be like, "Go back to bed," right? And I wouldn't. And what I'd do is I'd go and make them a cup of coffee.
Okay.
I was like, I know. I'm awake. They should be awake. I'll make them a coffee. They can't turn down the coffee. They'll drink the coffee. They'll be awake. Not a stupid boy. Okay, so that's what I did. And then I would run downstairs and I'd sit there looking at all these presents that have been wrapped.
Yeah.
And just sit there and look at them and wait. Which literally I could not wait. And then we'd open the presents.
Yep.
And then I would just go ballistic. It was like I just loved Christmas. I still do. And then we'd go to my nan and granddad's house.
Yep.
And then we'd have lunch there.
Okay.
And then, here's the amazing bit.
Go on.
There was more.
There's more.
There was more, because obviously we all went round my granddad, nan's house. So you'd have my cousins there, my aunties, my uncles from my dad's side, and there'd be more presents.
Woo.
Oh, there's like double bubble. I was like ecstatically happy.
Yeah, I bet you were.
But yeah, I remember. It's kind of I kind of feel a bit bad about it now, being so like excited about the presents. Now, as I'm older, I'm actually more excited just to spend some time with my family. I really am. I think that's one of the things that I became less materialistic as I grew older.
I think that's the case with most kids, though, isn't it? Is that you hit a point and you go, actually, no, it's more about how long can I actually stay in bed, and get
how long
some
can
more
I get
sleep.
away with?
Yeah.
Although, even though I work Christmas Day,
Yes.
a new tradition that's been developed.
Okay.
Okay, I get up Christmas Day. I've worked engineering shifts, so they start at 6. And
Okay.
it doesn't actually involve doing a great deal, if I'm honest. Unless
Fair
something
enough.
breaks, which I really hope it doesn't. It's actually a day of kind of rattling around. So I make it my job. For a day, I turn into a production runner. I go into the gallery and I say, guys, if you need anything, and I mean anything at all, teas, coffee,
A swift handy J.
Let's not go that far. You know, you need me to run down the shop and buy you a bottle of Coke. You need me to go and, you know, do whatever. I will do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you know what? It's Christmas Day. You can have whatever you want. As long as I'm able to do it, I will go and do it for you. Also, I want to keep busy. So what I also do is, it's become a tradition where I work. We get pizza on Christmas Day.
Okay.
Because it's the only place that's open, honestly. So I go down there and get the pizza. I dress up as Santa every year.
Amazing.
Just to make it entertaining. I normally end up going on television. Yeah, I normally end up on TV at some point or another. I was the other week, actually.
Oh.
We had Christmas jumper day, and I wore something fabulous. We'll talk about it when we get back, I'm sure, because you haven't seen it yet. And I
haven't, no.
Oh, Friday, man, you're going to be so excited. We'll talk about that, actually. That's a Christmas tradition we need to talk about. That's my Christmas day now. But honestly, if I were at home, I would get up. And you know what I'd honestly do?
What?
Bacon sandwiches all round.
Oh, mate.
Bacon sandwiches all round. Bring them up to them. Breakfast in bed. Go and sit with my family. Me and my sister used to sit on our parents' bed. And I would do that.
Yeah.
I would sit on the end of their bed and just, you know, relive some of that magic.
Yeah, mate. Fair play. Like I can identify with that.
I think I said about it last week. I was listening to Pentatonic's version of I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yes.
Set me off.
Oh, mate.
Because I was remembering all that stuff, thinking, well, I won't be this year. And don't get me wrong, people are like, oh, well, you know, because I'm going to my girlfriend's parents, and I said to her, I was like, you know, it's kind of sad. And she goes, well, we can go to your parents. I'm like, no, that's not fair. That's depriving you. My sister works shifts as well. So actually, we're just going to have Christmas on the 27th.
Fair enough.
And we'll talk about the thing that we're doing this Friday.
Yeah.
But you go.
Well, do you know what? If we're talking like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Then, honestly, not much has changed other than the time I wake up.
Is it more like 11 now?
Yeah, it's kind of more.
I smell the turkey.
Yeah,
Up we get.
Well, this is the thing, because obviously I remember from when I was younger, I do remember I'd wake up at, you know, God knows when, I'd be like, it's Christmas time. I didn't have a lisp. I don't know why I did myself with a lisp. It's Christmas time, woo! And I'd run downstairs and I'd be like, I'd give the tree a quick glance, I'd look at the presents, and then I'd leg it upstairs to my parents' room. And my little sister would probably be awake at this point as well.
Because that's what brother and sisters do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and we'd go
I've got a big sister, I know.
Yeah, mate. And then we'd take our stockings, and we're there like, oh, Mum, Dad, can we open our stockings our stockings in your room? And they'd be like, yeah, all right. Then they'd wake up a bit and be like, yeah, go, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, Mum. Merry Christmas, Dad.
And you're like wide a bloody way.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'd start like opening the presents and all the rest of it. And then they'd go, right, okay, who wants a cup of tea? Does anyone want any breakfast? We'd all turn around and go, no.
And chocolate for breakfast, bitches.
Well, instead we had biscuits. we're like we'd have like custard creams or chocolate digestives or something like that.
That sounds like a nice little tradition.
And we'd have just one. We still do it.
Oh,
like,
nice.
We'll wake up and we'll have a biscuit. We won't have a breakfast of any sort. We'll have a cup of tea or a coffee or something.
Yeah.
And then we'd kind of wake. We would wake up a bit, but they'd wake up a little bit more. We'd all come downstairs again, open a few of the presents.
Yeah.
And then the reason that we wouldn't ever have a breakfast is because our Christmas dinners were pretty monumental.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, if we'd had a breakfast, I don't think we'd be able to move. And it's become a kind of tradition for us. For instead of turkey, we have pork instead.
Oh, okay.
Because none of us really like turkey. We all find it a little bit dry.
I'm the same, actually.
Yeah,
I am 100% the same.
I to be fair, I like me a bit crackling.
We used to have beef.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, exactly.
One year we had steak and chips.
That's novelty. That's odd.
It was
cool, though.
It's cool. My dad went to the butcher's and got us the bloody best steak.
Oh, mate, it's nice,
ever.
Isn't it? But then, this is the thing, because it was kind of similar to you.
Yeah.
But my gran and granddad used to live, half an hour drive away.
Okay.
On my dad's side. And it used to be Boxing Day. We'd all go over there for second Christmas with all the cousins and aunties and everything else like that.
Right, yeah.
And
we did a similar
sort
of deal.
And that's the thing, because we'd either have a Christmas dinner or we'd have like a cold meat buffet kind of thing. And my gran would always do like home cooked ham and all the leftover bits of meat.
This sounds amazingly similar to my life.
It's great, mate. And obviously, yet again, the presents. And do you know what? Other than the Boxing Day trip out to the grandparents, because now he lives in Cornwall. It's pretty much stayed the same. Like, I mean, we also have Christmas Eve, where it's I suppose, yeah. Every Christmas Eve we'll have salmon.
Okay.
With, like, new potatoes and things like that.
Very nice.
And then obviously Christmas Day it's pretty much stayed the same since I was a kid, which I love. I mean, these decorations, I remember them from when I was like 4.
Yeah.
We've had them a bloody long time.
I like them because they are kind of classic.
Yeah, they are. They're classic looking ones. But
I kind of like them.
Well, yeah, our old styly house when it comes to Christmas here, we love it.
Yeah.
Love it to bits, mate. But while we're talking about things that we love,
just before you move on,
go on.
A Christmas tradition. I know this is really pissing you off inside. I can see it's beating you up. We used to do this thing for my dad. Well, my dad did it to us one year, and we were like, "Oh shit!" He goes, "Right." After we all open our presents, and he goes, "Oh, hold on," and he produced 3 stockings.
Oh yeah.
Okay. For us 3. We didn't do it for him because we had no idea it was coming.
Yeah.
All full of stuff. There was a couple of good bits in there, like Amazon voucher and a couple of other bits.
Cool.
Full of shit from Poundland.
Oh yeah.
But bloody good bit of fun.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Just like random bollocks that was in this stocking. And then we started doing it for him, but this year we've put a halt to it because it was getting silly. The house was just getting full of fucking
stuff.
£1 tat. But yeah, that was a nice tradition. But I'll tell you what though, if anyone ever tells you to work Christmas Day, you tell them squarely in the face to fuck off. If you treasure Christmas, I will be honest. There's a reason why I do it.
Yeah.
There are other people who work there that have kids.
Yeah.
And that's more important than me.
Yeah.
The honest truth is, it's for, when you're a child, that's when there's magic, and that's why I work it.
Yeah.
So the people who have kids don't.
Well, I offer to work Christmas Day as well.
Yeah.
I'm now working Boxing Day instead.
I'm doing Boxing Day as well, which
sucks. Yeah. Oh yeah, mate. But then we got New Year's to look forward to.
Yes, managed to wangle that off.
But to be fair, we like as friends, because we've been friends for 6 years now.
Yes.
But around about 6 years. We have our own Christmas tradition, don't we? You, me, and our group of friends.
Yeah. Fakemas.
Yes, we do. I'm fairly certain other people do something similar with their friends. But you know, but a lot of people just call it early Christmas or flat Christmas dinner.
This is Fakemas.
Yeah, for us it is Fakemas because it isn't Christmas. We're not allowed to call it Christmas. It is just called Fakemas.
And then on the day, opposite way around.
Yeah,
it is Christmas.
Exactly.
You call it Christmas. You do not call it Fakemas.
Yeah,
then the rules.
Precisely.
So you pretend it's Christmas Day. I've always hosted it.
Yes.
Well, this is a tradition that goes back quite a while, actually.
Yeah, it does.
we first hosted it in my house, grotty student shithole
Yeah.
that I lived in. But now it's since moved to my place now. And another tradition is Chris always carves the meat. I don't know.
I don't know how that came about.
Because I realised today, actually, that was actually a kind of tradition we've always done.
It kind of just happens, doesn't it? Because I
I'm
seem
busy.
to remember, I seem to remember a few times now where someone's gone, or you've gone, can someone carve the meat? And no one's gone, yeah, I'll do it.
Chris does it.
So I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it. And I think it was not last year, but possibly the year before, the giblets got left in from the turkey.
Gotta watch that this year.
Oh yeah, mate, 100%.
Gotta watch that this year.
But the
Gotta
funny
really
thing
dig
is-
in.
But the funny thing is that we already took a bag of giblets out,
I know someone put double bloody
and then
giblets.
someone had put the giblets either back in or there was double of it.
Horrible, man. Either way, it's become a tradition, Fakemas.
It has,
and,
yeah.
We open presents on Fakemas. This year, it's on Friday, so it'll be the day after this podcast release.
Yeah.
I've got a few little treats in store for everybody. And you know what? This is the first year. I know I lie. I was about to say this is the first year it hasn't gone over budget.
Yeah.
I have gone over budget.
Okay.
I've gone over budget by about 55p.
It's not too bad. Before it's been like
This is the
34
first year
quid.
where I've really been sensible and gone, no, we don't need that. We'll have this.
What kind of
Yeah.
stuff have you said no, we don't need that to? Just
Uh,
out of curiosity for me.
So, before I had a dishwasher, we'd
Yeah.
use foil trays and stuff.
Yeah, we would.
So I've said no to that because I've got a dishwasher now. So, fuck it, just chuck it in the
bung it
dishwasher.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long, does it?
No.
And it also used to be stuff like when people had dessert, I'd give them options of like, do you want cream? Do you want whipped cream? Do you want custard? Do you want ice cream? I'm limiting the options this year.
Oh yeah.
Ice cream and custard. The two ones that everyone actually ends up going for.
I always
Sometimes
go
you
for
go
cream.
You want cream?
I'll bring it
Bring
myself.
cream.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll bring it myself.
I have got bread sauce this year.
Oh, you got bread sauce, have you?
Yeah, because people got a bit
Okay.
funny last time I did turkey and didn't do bread sauce.
Well, sorry, did you say bread or red?
bread.
Bread. Okay. Well, in that
Bread,
case,
brother.
I might I might bring some cranberry.
Too late. Got that as well.
But is it homemade?
It's from Ocean Spray.
Okay, because we have.
I've already
here-
bought it though. That's
Well,
the
I know,
only thing.
but we have it. We have here like 5 jars of homemade cranberry sauce.
Why? Just
Because my dad went mental on it. He went, yeah, let's make some cranberry sauce. And we got
Just
like
made
5 jars
shitloads.
of it. Mate, it's great. I love
what we got for our Fakemas dinner? We got turkey
it.
by popular demand.
Yeah.
Bastards. I don't. It's a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah.
Turkey is a pain in the ass to cook. We've got that, sprouts, peas, carrots, parsnips, spuds, Yorkshire
Spuds.
pudding, and then the
Didn't realise
desserts
you
I'm going
bring
to
your
leave as a
family
mystery.
along, mate.
Huh? Oi. I tell you, the spuds,
Yeah.
this year, they're going to be cooked in goose fat.
Oh, okay. Going traditional with it.
Well, it was cheap.
Oh, mate. Okay.
I went,
Fair
Well, it's
enough.
going to taste better than
Fair
bloody
enough.
veg oil, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. 100%, mate.
It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. Although cooking for 9 people
Yeah.
in my tiny flat is a mission. Another tradition that I realised was a tradition
Yeah.
today, because Frankie said it. Chris and Martin always sit on the sofa, Fakemas, when we tweet our dinner.
Yeah,
Because
we
I haven't
do.
got a big enough table.
We
So
actually do,
I
yeah.
always go, don't worry, I'll sit on the sofa.
Yeah, and I always go, I will
Don't
as
worry,
well.
I'll go.
Then.
This year, you won't have to.
No.
No, there's one less person, so you won't have to.
I'll still sit on the sofa because it's tradition.
I'll sit on the table and get
tradition. Okay, cool. I'm going to stay on the sofa. I like my traditions, especially at
fucked.
Christmas.
But yeah, I always do it in a buffet style. So literally, I just
Yeah.
throw. It's the best way to do it.
Oh, yeah,
You just
100%.
throw
Especially with that
all-
amount of people.
Just throw all the shit on the table and let them sort it out
Yeah,
themselves. This show is going to be like an hour and a half long at this rate.
At this rate, yeah. Well, we'll speed through it then. But we'll.
I like to talk about Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas special, so everything else can
Yeah.
do one. We'll
100%.
just deal with that.
But while we're talking of lists of things and stuff that you're removing from the list of things you usually buy, I'm just looking at this running order, and it's just got adding to the list of stuff I'm not good at. Ice skating, and I know nothing about this, so please explain, because I thought you'd gone ice skating before. And
I have.
Right, okay. Can you explain to me, because I'm quite confused.
So, in our local town, or my local town, they had an ice rink up. So I went to go on the ice rink. Okay. Once upon a time, I used to be able to skate. Right, when I was younger,
Yeah.
because also you're a kid, you bounce, you don't. Now, if I land, it's like
Yeah.
a thud. but back in the day, obviously, when you're a kid, you just sort of bounce and you get up again.
Yeah, you do kind of bounce, don't you?
I'm too shy because I know if I fall over on an ice rink, that's me out for a week. I'm boned.
Yeah.
But I used to be all right. But obviously over the years, I've forgotten how to do it. So we went ice skating. I am shit. Like, properly awful. I had the penguin thing that people push around.
Yeah.
I had one of them. I was all right with the penguin. Also, I found that my feet, I won't talk about my feet too much, but they're size 14. Okay. And that's a large size.
Yes.
So there's a size 15 boot. They said you could go the size up. That's the biggest boot they had.
Yeah.
My feet were killing me because obviously
really?
the muscles of my feet are quite long because they're bigger than normal people's. Means that I get cramp a lot. And the whole time I was in those boots, I was cramping up. The whole time.
Mate.
So I was uncomfortable. Frankie got it really great. Like, she was great. I was disaster, mate. I was honestly awful. But, yeah, I'm not good at ice skating. I can imagine you being quite good at it for some reason.
No, I'm atrocious.
Oh, really?
I am absolutely awful. I can't, for the life of me, ice skate. I haven't been since I was like 11.
Yeah.
And I refuse to go now because I can barely stand up when it's not icy, let alone anything else.
So it's weird because you spend all your life trying not to fall over.
Yeah.
And then you go on an ice rink and you have to defy everything you know about traction and grip.
Yeah.
Because you're on a bloody blade. Honestly, ice skating is such an unnatural hobby.
Yeah.
If you do it well, it looks beautiful. It's
very
delicate,
much
it's
so.
elegant. Whereas I just look like someone's put an elephant on a puddle that's frozen over, mate. I'm shocking. Absolutely shocking at ice skating. But yeah, I can't do it. Add it to the list of many things that I can't do.
Oh, mate, to be fair, I think if you're good at it, ice skating's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's just painful for me.
I can't do it. And I'm just there like, no, okay.
I
mean, it's bad enough that all the muscles in the bottom of my feet or the tendons in the bottom of my feet are ruined anyway.
Yeah, my ankles are ruined. So I was
bad. No, I couldn't. I don't think I could do it.
I think if you were persistent, you'd get good at it. I was starting to get get all right, and then the pain just took over.
Yeah,
I was starting to actually get somewhere.
Oh, right.
And then the pain just took over.
Oh, buddy.
For a while, I was all right, but I never quite knew how to make it smooth and clean
and
like
graceful.
Because you always see an ice skate and you think, easy peasy.
Yeah.
Piece of piss. I could do that.
No.
Shocker.
No. Oh, man. Well, we will add that to the list then.
Yeah, I'm sure people are keeping tabs.
Oh, probably. But let's move on to a kind of more regular topic for us.
Right.
Well, games, basically. The two here on the running order that we've got so far, Fallout 4, and I say meh. While I would agree that it is a very pretty game,
It is.
After religiously playing Fallout 3 for God knows how many years, it must have been about 4 or 5 years.
Did you like New Vegas quite a lot as well, didn't you?
New Vegas was alright, but it wasn't my cup of tea. It was number
Only
3. Number 3
it for a bit.
Oh yeah, number 3 was the kind of the big one for me.
The Mac's about to try and restart. No
Oh,
chance.
is it?
Yeah, he wants to install updates. It's like I'm gonna restart in a minute. If I haven't paid attention to that, it'll just be like podcast
over. But yeah, I've really got into it over the last couple of days, and I've been playing through it. And do you know what? The story just doesn't grab me. Like,
really?
Yeah, like even New Vegas, despite being made from a different publisher, or well, obviously because it was still Bethesda, but
different studio, wasn't it?
different devs. And while it was good, even then it didn't grip me. Whereas Fallout 3 really grabbed me. The story was great. I loved it. I loved all the different elements to it. As most people who enjoy Bethesda found, even though the combat system and everything was a little bit clunky. While Fallout 4 is now quite smooth, it's still a buggy mess, but we love it.
It's Bethesda.
It is Bethesda.
Bethesda games just
mess. Yeah, exactly.
Skyrim on the PS3, disaster, mate. Absolute mess.
But then, for me, because as it's been previously stated in other podcasts, I'm not. I love me a story-driven game, and while the story in this is good, it's not. It doesn't grip me. It hasn't grabbed me and gone, hey, do you want to spend hours and hours of your life focusing on nothing but me? well, no, I'm not going to make you do that. It's fine. You can do whatever you want. And it's just like, oh, no. Like, make me invest my time, please.
Do you want to be led by the hand a little bit?
No, not even in the slightest. I just want the story to be more
engaging.
Yeah, just
Right.
engage me. Like immerse
I feel you.
me.
I feel you.
Me.
I felt the same thing, man.
Yeah?
That's why I haven't really carried on playing it.
That's fair enough, mate.
Interesting little tech demo, though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's a good game. It's not.
It is a good game, but there's something missing from it.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah?
Yes. It's a blunt way to end. We've agreed on something. Holy crap.
I know, right? It doesn't happen very often, does it?
The other thing we want to talk about is PUBG, right?
Yeah.
PUBG.
That is the next one.
I don't know if you've heard. PUBG on the Xbox One is a fucking disaster.
Oh, is it?
It was. I saw some footage online. It runs like, apparently on the original Xbox One X, it runs like, the original Xbox One, sorry.
Yeah.
Runs like turd.
Oh, really?
Apparently. So they released a patch. This is an article from IGN. And it says, a patch for the Xbox One version of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is out now. As detailed in a forum post by the PUBG team, the patch features gameplay and UI tweaks and makes a first pass on visual and performance improvements and features a series of bug fixes. And it'll be the first of many for the Xbox One version of PUBG. And it's an article that just lists what's going on. It's nice to see they're fixing it so fast because this game came out, last week?
Was it last week? I don't know.
Something like that, yeah. So it's nice to see them acting quickly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It is really nice to see them acting fast.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. That's all I want to say on that, really. It's just that it's a thing. I don't play PUBG, but I figure people might be interested in it.
I look forward to when it comes to PlayStation 4 for me, actually. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I was hoping that it's going to be a winner, and it's not going to be quite so bad. So, yeah, but moving on swiftly from PUBG.
Which we need to do.
Which we do really need to do. Best Christmas songs. For me, two best ones.
Yeah.
Stop the Cavalry.
By Jenna Louie.
But it isn't actually a Christmas song. It's just associated with.
That's right.
And the other one is Thank God It's Christmas by Queen, because I love Queen and I just love that song.
I think recently that song's back.
Oh yeah, very much so. It's got bigger.
I never heard it growing up, but now
I hear it everywhere, mate.
It's around.
I love it. I love those two songs. But for me, the worst Christmas song, actually, and I know that people, if anyone listens, they'll go, "Oh, you're chatting shit." This is the one by The Darkness. Don't like it.
Christmas Time down at the Bell's End.
I don't like it, mate.
That's all right.
It's just one of those ones that
I find it somewhat palatable.
Yeah.
I like That's Christmas to Me by the Pentatonics.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, you have said.
But my favourite sort of old school one.
Yeah.
The Waitresses Christmas Wrapping.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a bit quirky, really, and just have an odd choice.
Fair enough, mate.
Obviously, I was hoping to have more of a long discussion about this, but we don't really have the time.
No, we don't have the time, unfortunately.
Comment. Tell us what your favourite Christmas song is.
Yeah, please do. Well, let's move on very, very swiftly. Straight into the things that we have seen and done.
What we has done.
Yes. So, first up for you is Fractured Butthole.
I played it.
Yeah, is it good?
A bit more with our buddy Turkle. Not to be confused with the meat. The animal, I guess. With the meat. Yeah, played a bit more. It's a funny game, man. Yeah. It is a funny game.
Fair enough,
and I'm enjoying it. That's all I'll say about it. I find the combat system is super clunky.
Oh, right, okay.
But it's a good little game.
Fair enough, man. That's all right.
Good little game. It's super, super clunky.
Could be worse, man. Could be worse, couldn't it? Could just not have one.
It's not as good as the last game, actually. I thought the last game had a better system. Well, but, that's just my opinion.
At least it's not No Man's Sky. We'll go from there.
Complete disappointment.
Yeah, 100%. And then the next thing that we've got listed for you is Star Wars.
Zero spoilers. It's very good. Go and watch it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah?
Yeah,
cool.
I don't want to go into it. Maybe when you've seen it, we'll do a bit of a spoiler warning.
Maybe
we'll do a little bit of that. It's very good.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. Awesome. It's very, very good, and it's definitely worth going and seeing, even if you're not a massive Star Wars fan.
Cool.
You don't need to really know what's going on too much, but it definitely helps.
Top stuff. Okay, well, we'll quickly move on to what I've done and seen this week. Prey, I've got a little bit further on it. It's still good. I'm still enjoying it, even though again, much like the Fractured Butthole, and as I previously said, the combat system's a bit
broken.
Yeah, it's definitely not Bethesda and Arcane Studios' best work by far, but it's still a decent game. I got through on Sunday night an entire anime series. The first of one, One Punch Man, very, very popular anime.
Okay.
Actually really decent. It's quite funny, which is what I kind of like, and it does a whole take on the superhero thing and having special powers and all the rest of it, and how how people were represented and stuff in animation and like in comics and stuff and films.
Is it Japanese?
Yeah,
of course it is.
Yeah, but it kind of takes that and it takes kind of the stereotypical archetype of strongest man in the world, and they plop him into a person that's really not bothered by anything, because he's so strong he doesn't have to be bothered by anything. Yeah. And actually it turns out being the strongest man in the universe is incredibly boring. So I kind of like that. I like that a lot.
That's fun.
It entertained me. And then finally from me, GTA, I'm still waiting. Hopefully while this podcast has been going on, it's done. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
We've borrowed my disc,
indeed,
to try and get it installed.
Yeah, 100%.
It looked like it was moving in the correct direction.
It did, yeah. So fingers crossed when Friday and Fakeness rocks around, hopefully I'll be able to give it back to you with a big grin and say it worked, and I can actually crack on and get some GTA play in and done.
Nice.
And so, shall we finish this off with a funny news story?
Would you like me to read it, or are you going to read it?
I'll read it, mate. So you can keep an eye on things.
Yeah.
Dad's Home Alone Christmas decorations are a cheaper festive alternative, and I'm just looking at this and I'm trying to work out, is it paint? Or
it's paint.
It is paint. Okay, for some reason I thought it was post-it notes, because it kind of looked a bit post-it notey. A dad has caused a stir after decorating the outside of his home with a quote from Home Alone: "Merry Christmas, you filthy animals." Father of three, Kai Bowman, 43, painted the large words on the front wall of his family home in big white letters. He said it was a cheaper alternative to covering the house in colourful lighting, costing just £30. The unusual decoration has seen people flock to their home to take a picture. Mr. Bowman, a builder, has said, "As a family, we always have fun driving around touring houses that put tremendous amounts of effort into exterior decorations. I soon found out it was very expensive and extremely time-consuming in a world where both time and money are in limited supply. This year, while decorating our tree, I had the moment of inspiration. I wanted to create a look that was relatively easy, fast and inexpensive, that would look good during the day without having a huge electric bill at the end and would make families smile. This is when I decided to paint the house bright red with a phrase from one of our favourite Christmas movies, Home Alone. The next morning I went to our local hardware store and bought a cheap roll of damaged wallpaper for the letters and brought a £30 pot of bright red exterior masonry paint. Then the rest is history." And I love it. I'm looking at the pictures and it's actually kind of impressive.
Great, doesn't it?
It's kind of impressive. I like it. It's brilliant.
You know, Christmas lights. A lot of them are like DMX and super complicated affairs these days. It's very impressive.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, Jesus Christ, a DMX desk, a lighting desk, is like minimum £300.
Yeah, exactly.
Minimum.
I do you have the money for that? Because I'm sure bloody.
I actually do have DMX control software. Yeah.
Oh good God. Okay.
It's it's kind of what I do. Kind of. So I do have an interest in DMX lighting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing the amount of effort and cash that people are putting into this stuff. If you've got a nice Christmas display, good on you.
Yeah,
I like
100%.
them. I like them. There used to be a guy in Princess Risborough that did it, and he used to let you walk around his garden, but you put some money in it, go to charity, and I thought that was
cool.
really sweet.
That's really cool.
Really sweet.
I like that.
It's good if you're renting a house and someone else is paying the electric.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's so expensive, man. Well, the good news is with LEDs these days, it's a lot cheaper.
Oh, 100%, mate.
With light-emitting diodes.
Yes. But do you know what? That is it for us today.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, with the following. If you look down below on YouTube or through any of the links, you can, if you wish to, and seeing as it's Christmas time, maybe you might even want to buy a code and gift it to someone. Who knows? Why don't you like? Yeah, if you want. Why not go through to kingwin.net and buy a cheaper, reduced game.
Make sure you do it through the link in the description.
Yeah, please do, because we get the affiliate link, and obviously helps us out a little bit, but it also means you get a cheaper game, something that you might really be wanting for Christmas, or a friend might be really wanting for Christmas, which would be really, really cool.
Great little discounts over there.
Precisely. You can find us on YouTube, you can find us on SoundCloud, you can find us on the iTunes
Apple Podcast.
That's the. I always get that one wrong, and it's because I'm not an Apple boy.
You do have an iPhone.
I do have an iPhone, and it's a phone. That's about it.
It's definitely a mobile telephone.
I've also just realised it's my turn to name it this week.
Oh yeah, shoot it is. Is your dad going to do us a joke, by the way?
I don't think he is this week. I think he's feeling a bit tired today.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Yeah, with the my dad works outside all the time, and he's pretty tired.
Should we do a Christmas joke?
Go on.
I'll do a Christmas joke.
Go on.
What do you call a deer with no eyes?
No idea.
Budum.
And now that sizzle, I don't know if you could hear that, but just in the distance there is.
I can tell you a rude one if you want.
Go on. Why not?
This is a gross joke, okay? And I don't endorse it, I'm just saying it.
Okay.
Why does Rudolph have a red nose?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he pleases his woman every day of the month.
Oh, you're terrible.
That's gross, isn't it?
You are awful.
Anyway, like us and subscribe here on YouTube.
Definitely.
As well. That really helps us out. Yeah, and 100% everything.
Does.
Share it, whatever you want to do with it, man. At this time of the year, though, we'd like to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. And there will be an episode going up on Thursday, I don't know what the date will be. I think it might even... Hang on a minute. No, there should be one. We might have to go on a break.
Yeah.
Depends if we're busy or not. There should be one the Thursday before New Year's.
Yes.
So the day after Boxing Day. Maybe.
Yeah.
We hope so.
The one.
We'll tell you about that on our Facebook page if we're not going to do one.
Yeah.
But we should. We hopefully... From my perspective, there's no barriers, but things are very busy around this time of the year, and we're seeing family and friends. So if we don't, forgive us. Yeah. And we said this last week on the show. If you know someone this Christmas who, maybe is a bit, maybe lonely or vulnerable or in the need of a bit of love this Christmas, go and give it to them.
Yeah.
You can be someone's hero this Christmas time, and if you can volunteer, if you can volunteer to help people out around Christmas time, please do. And just, maybe just pop in on your neighbours and see if they're all right. Go and say hi. It's definitely a very good thing to do. Make sure you write all your Christmas cards. Yes. You can send one to us as well if you want. Why not? Just send us a picture of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess from the pair of us,
have a very Merry Christmas.
Yes, indeed. And
a wonderful New Year.
Well, yeah, that's if we don't do one. We might have to do a New Year special. Maybe we should do a year in review. Maybe we should do some Game of the Year awards.
Yeah, that's a good
idea.
How does that sound? Sounds good to me, mate.
Right, so sucking off the normal stuff, we do a Game of the Year awards, which will be not prestigious at all, and no one will give a shit.
Exactly. Standard.
But we'll do it.
Yeah.
So, as I said, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next time here on the Curious Crow Podcast.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.